Welcome to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw, and I'm here with Marilyn Daly Blair. She is the director of Center 50 Plus. Hi, Marilyn. Good to see you again.
It is wonderful to see you.
Now you have a new initiative. Congratulations on calling yourself Center Without Walls.
Absolutely.
What is it, and what is it doing?
Well, we're sitting in a beautiful space here on Portland Road, but we know that not everyone is going to be able to access our services, whether it's their own personal mobility or their own physical health conditions or transportation barriers. So rather than just not serve that population when we have so many resources, programs, activities, and services that everyone would benefit from, we decided to stop being building-centric and instead think about us as being service delivery, which means outside of our walls. And so we have a program called Wellness on Wheels. It is a mobile senior center, and it's taking everything we offer at Center 50 Plus out into the community where people live and play and feel most comfortable accessing those services.
We're at Meadowlark Estates with Heidi Miller at Center 50 Plus with her volunteers. And what are we doing today?
Oh, it's exciting, Wendy. I am the outreach coordinator here at Center 50 Plus, and that means I'm responsible for all of the outward facing programs. So those programs break down into kind of two camps. We have one camp which is focused on creating social connection and positive interventions addressing isolation and loneliness. Those programs are our Friendly Caller program, our Friendly Visitor program, or our Friendship Brigade that goes into community care and nursing environments and befriends the residents who live there. We also have a Canine Corps, and that Canine Corps is comprised of friendly dog teams that go out and make connections in the community, especially for people who no longer can have an animal of their own, but sure enjoy that furry love. So we've got that going on one camp. And then this is a perfect example of the next camp. So this is Aging in Place Resources and our Villages Network. So we believe that the aging process is not a solo act. It's meant to be done in community. We're better when we are a part of community. And so we really want to emphasize that you are not alone, and we have lots of resources and lots of opportunities for you, no matter your age or your circumstance, to live your best life today with Center 50 Plus. We are here with our WOW van, our Wellness on Wheels van. That is our mobile senior center. So when we go out into the community, we like to bring a little offering from our program areas that are happening at the center. So that might be fitness, it might be lifelong learning, it might be educational programming out of my area, outreach, that's helping people age in place successfully or making social connections and interrupting those issues of isolation and loneliness. So when we come out to these properties, we are really making that connection where, not everyone's going to come to the center. And we know that. And so being a mobile senior center means that we get to come out and be here with our community and learn what their needs are, right? So every time we come out, we bring a resource table that provides information about everything we're doing at the Center 50 Plus, and also resources from our senior network so that people can connect and can get the information they need right at their own, community. The thing about a mobile senior center is that when we're able to go into people's community, when we're able to connect with them where they live, we're demonstrating that we're more than a building. We're demonstrating that we are their neighbors, and we care about their ability to live independently, their ability to live in a healthy and safe home, and their ability to connect with their neighbors and with their their immediate neighbors, with wider neighbors like our volunteers who come in to assist, and also to connect with the resources that they need when questions arise or concerns develop. And we like to remind people that Center 50 Plus is not just a building on the corner of Portland Road and Silverton, but we are an hub. That everything we do operates as a hub to help them age successfully and gracefully as long as they can.
You know, seniors are one of the fastest growing populations, and in our community, we are that is true in our community as well. And we have a desire to not just think about the people that can come to the center, but we really want to serve every community member. You know, really the process of aging impacts everyone, people of all ages. And whether it's helping our youth look at aging in a different way and preparing for it in a different way, we feel that is within our mission. People that are, in retirement, working with folks to turn that retirement into the best years of their lives. We're here for them as well. And then, we face transitions, whether it's change in our health or the loss of a mate or a sibling or a child. Those are all life transitions. And Center 50 Plus walks alongside people even in that space. So it's really about reaching more people and demystifying and throwing out the stereotypes of what it means to grow older. And I think that's really why we're out in the community. It's an outreach to bring light to something that is often not talked about, which is, I never understand that because we're all doing it. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here you are. 18 years later, and here we are. We're still sitting across from each other enjoying life.
Exactly. More so than ever.
And that's really what it's about. It's just reminding the community, and whether it's activities, programs, services, resources, but it's really our goal is just to say, hey community, aging is real. It is a part of our life, but you know what? We can convert it to the best years of our life. We need to embrace it. Engage in that activity and embrace growing older.
And you're doing it in a way that takes you away from the center and where people live and where they have the needs. How innovative is that? Do you think this is the way all senior services should be, or all senior centers should think of themselves?
I love that. I love that you're asking that, because the truth of the matter is we're overcoming an idea that senior centers are folks sitting around tables playing cards all day. And you know what? That is not what we are. We are movers and shakers. We're volunteering in every organization in this community, and we're doing the work that needs to be done. And I don't think people think of it in that way, but taking it outside of the building is a new model and was recognized nationally for the Program Excellence Award from the National Council on Aging. We were the #1 center chosen for an innovative programming, and our Wellness on Wheels and our outreach programs are the award winners. So it's so exciting.
When was this?
This was just this past year, our 49th year in business, and we were acknowledged for the Innovation Award. And it's really about modernizing senior centers. You asked, should other centers be doing this? And actually, yes. If we want the community to look at us in a different way, we need to be a part of the community. And that means an inflow of people in and out of our space, our building, and it means us out in the community participating in neighborhoods and other locations.
We're out with our Connection Kitchen, which is a brand new initiative of the center, where we are bringing a hot noontime meal and a little program snack from Center 50 Plus to our friends living in mobile and manufactured homes targeted for 55 and over. We've also been visiting some of our housing authority apartments in the area, all since about September.
Hi, I'm Rick with Connection Kitchen. Our goal here is to serve the highest quality meals while connecting with people through great conversation, smiles, and fun. And we hope to see you on our next stop. The Connection Kitchen is the newest addition to the WOW van, Wellness on Wheels. I am the chef. Enjoy cooking great meals. We love great conversation, and we find it here in the community.
You are a sous chef. What is that? What do you do?
I help Rick prepare the meals and go with him on the outings and go to the different 55 and older communities.
People love food. They love conversation. We bring it both, and we make great meals. I love being creative, making great meals. We do 3 choices per each meal. We have a vegan option, we have a protein option, and then we also have a sandwich and salad option, so we can touch everybody's needs.
What got you interested in even being a cook?
Well, I heard they needed help, and also I know my father was a chef and he worked in a restaurant, and I enjoy cooking also, and so I figured I might as well jump on it and see what it's like.
My family has been in the restaurant business for 20 years. Not anymore at this point, but we had the Inn at Oak Knoll on the Salem-Dallas Highway, where I started as a dishwasher, moved up to a prep cook, then I was a cook, then I was the head cook, and that started in 1986. I love it. The people are great. We have great conversation. And my crew, which includes Heidi and Chris and Odelia, they're great to listen to with all the programs and the exercise class and everything. It's just very nice.
It's been really fun. It's been exciting. I like working with all the people, seeing new faces, and getting out in the community.
So today we're bringing our Fix-It Brigade volunteers out. One of our initiatives with our mobile and manufactured home parks is to be able to provide them with the resources they need to maintain a healthy home. And that often means addressing some minor home repairs and some light maintenance issues. And so we have a couple of our volunteers today who are going to be taking questions from residents and hopefully taking some names so we can come back and do some assessments and help them with whatever their needs are. We tend to focus on light repairs, but things that people need. So as we get older, we might need things to assist us in having a healthy home, a safe home. So it might be a handrail. In one instance, it might be making sure that a faucet isn't dripping on another scale. So it's everything in between.
Anything to do with computers or electronics?
Well, funny you would say that. Not Fix-It Brigade, but we do have tech volunteers who are ready, and they come out with us as well. So next month, our little snack here at Meadowlark will be from our tech volunteers. So they'll be talking about smartphones and answering questions about those dastardly computers and what's happening and what's not working for them.
Fix-It Brigade, I love the name Fix-It Brigade. What made you decide to volunteer for that?
Well, I'm retired now, and I've always wanted this help out and do a little fix-it jobs, and this kind of gives me something to do now. And I was the custodian for the school district for years, and they always told us if there's anything we can do to help the maintenance department, to do it. So I learned a lot of little fix-it things like that just to help out the maintenance department with the district. So
I've always volunteered for everything from the time that I was in college and to military, and I just love doing things for other people.
What sort of repairs do you do for seniors?
Well, I've hung mini blinds and pictures, changed out burned out light bulbs, just anything that they have a hard time doing themselves. They call the Fix-It Brigade, and we'll come out and try to help them as much as we can.
What's your take on why the Fix-It Brigade matters?
Well, it's a form of socializing too. A lot of these folks, I'm sure, are by themselves or families far away. So to come out and just visit with them a little bit helps. And then also just to be able to kind of just give them a repair that maybe that they've been wanting to do that they can't on their own. We're able to kind of step up and help them out.
What would you like to see the Fix-It Brigade become?
Bigger, more volunteers, and having a real good swath of people so we can, really tackle a lot of these requests that sometimes get delayed a little bit. And so that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the growth.
I taught high school for 10 years and 5 years of it in an academy where we had a lot of internships and mentorship programs. And what I'd love to see is the Fix-It Brigade. We have such a wealth of knowledge and experience in Center 50. And yet there's so many youth that are just, they're not sure where they're going and what they're going to do and what's going to happen with them for the rest of their lives. And yet to be able to sit down with somebody that's lived for 60 years of life and say, here's what I did when I was your age and here's what happened. It's just amazing what we can do. And for me, it centers around construction. So I'm hoping that through the Fix-It Brigade, we might even be able to have some type of cooperation between the career tech programs in the high school, where we could have maybe 2 seniors go out with 2 students. The students physically can do the work, but under the guidance of the seniors, and then they can share life experience.
It's obvious the seniors appreciate your coming out and doing that. What do they tell you?
The thing is that they realize there's somebody that cares. It's not just they've got a leaky sink or they need a towel bar put up or something, but the thing is, you're going out there, you're not asking for money to do it, and you care, and they know you care, and that's the bond that makes it worthwhile.
We also have Adelia here today, and Adelia is one of our Spanish language staff folks. And we have a really exciting new outreach growing with our Spanish language community. There's about 15,000 elders that are Hispanic and Latino in our community, and we're doing more and more to make cross-cultural connections and really make sure that we are walking alongside everyone who's going through the aging and growing process.
What is it that you do?
I welcome people to the center. We have this Silver Sneaker program. They help people, like I say most of the time, it's not to teach people to breathe, but it's more about encourage people to listen your body and just follow by giving more oxygen. So being exercise, drinking water. So we have a great program of exercise. Welcome the Latino community, the Spanish speaking community. As you can tell, English is not my first language. It's not a secret. And so that has been a pleasure to be part of that too. And we have a Spanish conversation group. It's not a class, but it's a group. And it's so delightful to do that. We have a book club. So name it. It's what we need more there is time, but it's a pleasure and it's fun. Like hopefully I can project how amazing it's working and be part of the Center 50 Plus.
What do you like best about this center without walls, going where people live?
Oh my goodness, this is the best, can you tell? And the biggest reward is to see the smile on the participants, the joy in the face to say thank you, because the meals, like you see before, are fresh and people, they building a new community, is listen them talking and knowing their own neighbors, because sometimes we need the next person and we don't even know who is there. But to see in the tables, the conversations is unbelievable. It's a heart melting. Es un placer invitarlos al centro de 50 y más, que no necesariamente tiene que tener 50 años, pues la edad que sea, pero están bienvenidos. Por favor, llame y pregunte por Odelia García. Y aquí estamos para servirles. Y también, si no tenemos lo que usted necesita, pregúntenos. Y estamos para trabajar juntos, unirnos. Bienvenidos.
The goal of all of our outreach and truly of the center is to serve more people, serve more seniors. That is our target goal. You know, in Salem, there are 22 55 and over mobile manufactured home parks. That means there's approximately 5,200 households. And our goal is to make connection with each and every one of those households and to make engagements with each one of those residents so that they know that not only is Center 50 Plus out here and available for them, but that they are a part of our family and that we can assist them.
How can people get involved as volunteers?
I love that question. So we have a brand new volunteer outreach coordinator in addition to our established volunteer coordinator, I guess. We have Jasmine and we have Chris, and the two of them are working hard to connect folks who feel that they have time, talent, and resources to offer. Whatever that might be, we want them. So we want to invite everyone to come on out and to volunteer, whether it's with our Fix It Brigade, whether it's as a community connector in our outreach efforts throughout the city, or it's a tech volunteer, or an arts teacher, or the like, you name it.
You know, this idea really came to fruition during COVID. We received some additional funding to take our services outside the building because, frankly, that was the only way we were going to serve people, is taking our services to front porches and neighborhoods and open air spaces. And so that idea was loved by everyone. And at that time, organizations and other partners were relying on us to do that service, and that was exciting. So well received at that time. Then as we opened up our building, we wondered, is there still a place for the WOW van now that we don't have to do it? And we found that we had discovered thousands of new people that were not going to come to Center 50 Plus on Portland Road. And once we discovered those people, we couldn't turn back, because we now know who they are and where they live, and we want to be with them. And so, you know, I think that enthusiasm has carried us through. As we are in 55 and older apartment complexes, some of which are just on the other side of where transportation operates. And so they're kind of isolated out there. Us taking our services to them has been well received. They have clubhouses that needed activated. They had a space, but maybe didn't have the programming to go with it. Or maybe they do have programming, but they want even more for the people that live there. So we're getting excited because it's doing exactly what we thought it would do. Besides the Wellness on the Wheels van, doing activities and bringing information to people, we launched our Connection Kitchen. And the Connection Kitchen is serving a hot, nutritious meal to seniors where they live. And you know, we're very familiar with Meals on Wheels, wonderful organization, and the work they do. And we're even familiar with, you know, some of the exercise programs in town. But we are probably the only one that is merging all of those things together and taking it to that individual where they live. You know, this is a 30,000 square foot space, and it's never going to be bigger. You know, we're not going to get more rooms in this. And there are periods of time you can't find a parking place here. You know, really, the space here is wonderful, and it's vibrant, and we love it, but it does not allow for growth. And so how do you address that? Well, you know, you hear about people popping up other branch offices or satellite locations and that kind of thing. Well, we don't have the resources for that. But, you know, there is unused real estate right here in town, and it's clubhouses and community centers that are located in these different neighborhoods that need activated. And we're activity people, so it sounds like a perfect marriage.
Hello.
Yeah, so this is our answer to expansion. This is our way of serving more seniors with the resources we have. Something that we're always working on is trying to figure out how we're going to address this growing population. You know, we are fast growing, and you know, the needs are great. And you know, in particular, we have a fast growing group, we call them solo agers, but it's individuals that are, do not have children or a partner or maybe even siblings, and they're navigating this time on their own. That's one of our fastest growing groups here. Some that have, you know, chose not to be married, all sorts of different things that have led them to this place. Well, that doesn't mean that they don't need someone to walk through this journey with them. And so we follow a friendship model, and we try to build peer-to-peer clubs, organization, you know, relationships, so that people can build family where maybe blood family doesn't exist. And so that's, you know, the things we do here at the center is encouraging those kind of connections. I think that as a center, our future really lies with serving that population. And it's beyond activities. It's about planning and preparing for retirement years, aging years, change in bodies, and at the very end, our end of life choices. You know, that is where we know there is such a growth and such a need, and we plan on really addressing that.
Marilyn, give us a closing thought on your 50-year, congratulations, anniversary of the Salem Senior Center and its programs. What thoughts do you have with your role in it for so many years?
50 years, I can only imagine a group of amazing people sitting around a table, rolling up their sleeves and scratching their head and saying, how are we going to build a center so that we can serve our senior community? And you know, by golly, they brought the forces together and they made it happen. And it's a legacy that is unlike many. I think we're very special because it's always been a group of seniors partnering with their local community members and their city and doing it together collaboratively. It's a collaboration that's unbelievable. For me personally, my 27 years, my reflection on this period of time is that I have had a charmed life, and the people that I have met along the way have added so richly to who I am and who I want to be. I've just learned so much. I've had many mentors. I've had many wonderful stories. I couldn't even begin to start telling you the amazing people that have come into my life and have crossed my path or have led initiatives here at the center. Lastly, I'd say we're nimble. You know, in our 50 years, we were the Salem Senior Center, and we evolved to Center 50 Plus. We were a center that primarily did cards and dancing, and we've evolved to being a 7 dimensions of wellness, comprehensive service delivery model. And you know, that is, if you go A to Z, it may not even look the same in terms of, you know, where we've started and where we are today, except for one very important thing, and it is that we are rooted in volunteerism. And it is the investment of local seniors giving of their time and talent that started Salem Senior Center and continues to make Center 50 Plus what it is today. And you know, I humbly say to you, and I mean it to my very core, Center 50 Plus would not exist without our volunteers, and we would be nothing without the time and talent of those that have dedicated themselves to what we do here.
And we heard from some today whose passion for what they do and why for volunteering with the center comes across. It really does. Oh, Marilyn, this has been a delight. It's late afternoon, it's a beautiful day, and it's been a beautiful day. It's a wonderful time to reflect upon all the accomplishments getting us here today, 50 years later. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today on InSight OnSite. I'm Wendy Brokaw.